As you probably know, I do a lot of building in The Sims, but today we're going to try and renovate a house that one of you built for me. If you're new to the channel, just for some context, I do this thing called Fixer Upper where I renovate houses that my subscribers have built. So they'll build some sort of rundown, older looking house that needs renovation, and then I'll download it off the gallery and then renovate it for my YouTube video. I'll explain more about how to build one of these houses for me in a second, but I want to show you what we're going to renovate today. This is a house called Drab Domicile. It's by Tyra Noss on the gallery. I probably destroyed that username, and for that I am very sorry, but it's a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. Costs about 32,000 simoleons. It's pretty cheap, to be honest. It's also pretty small. And you can see just from the gallery previews that it's a little bit messy outside. Look at all the trash and like there's graffiti on the house. And the description says, okay, so maybe it's a little rundown, but a lick of paint will have this potential crime scene turn into a potential fine scene. Plus, the Sims didn't die here. They died at Willow Creek Hospital. Whether you're searching for an investment or a charming family home, a little elbow grease will have this house homey in no time. I like how they gave it the hashtag ugly. I didn't even notice that until just now. Anyway, I like the little backstory there. I love how they're like, don't worry, something bad happened here, but they didn't actually die here. You know, they died later. They didn't die here. But this is the house. I love the shape of it. I like the little roofing. I think the roofing is amazing. I ended up not changing the exterior like at all. I just painted it because I really like the shape of it. I did mess with the floor plan a little bit. I oftentimes come into these things and I'm like, I'm gonna pretend that I'm Joanna Gaines. What would she do? Let's open up the floor plan. Let's restore the hardwood floors. I quite enjoy pretending that I am renovating a real life house, but as you can see, the outside could use a little bit of cleaning up. Inside the house, it isn't massive, but the downstairs honestly is pretty big. They've got a nice big entryway down here. They've got a bathroom downstairs, a sort of big dining room, this outline of a body underneath the couch. I don't know what's going on there, but just ignore that. It's, I don't see anything. Do you? I don't. There's nothing there. I love how the kitchen has like water damage and stuff. I think that it's so fun to build this kind of house with like all the cracks in the walls and the stains everywhere, spider webs, scratches, like it's so fun to make this kind of thing. The nasty, dirty old carpet in the living room. Like I love this kind of Sims house. Plus the fish tank, like why is it just on the coffee table? I don't know. And then upstairs, they've got 2 bedrooms. They're honestly both pretty small. So one of the biggest things I changed was the whole floor plan upstairs. I moved the staircase, and realistically moving the staircase is probably not the like easiest thing to do, nor is tearing down all of the walls upstairs and redoing it, but that's what I did. Luckily it's The Sims, so I can put walls wherever I want. And it doesn't impact anything. That would be a massive renovation in real life, but it does not affect me in The Sims. Also, nothing to see here. There's absolutely nothing to see here under the bed. I see nothing. I pretend I do not see it. This house is perfectly fine. Nothing bad happened here. Feel free to purchase it. But anyway, that's a quick tour of the house. Like I said, I think priorities are to give it a nicer backyard, rearrange the entry and the upstairs floor plan a little bit, and then of course just refurnish and update everything. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the actual renovation. Okay, so we are back and we are fixer-uppering this house. You'll see the first thing I did is go in and delete everything. I find it so satisfying to delete all of the items. I don't know what it is, but like the one-by-one deleting of everything in the entire house, it brings me a lot of joy, especially sped up. For some reason, it's just really pleasant to watch. So that was the first thing I did, as I always do. And I gave myself like 20,000 simoleons as my budget when I first started. So the house was about 32,000. I gave myself 20,000 more. So the house ends up being like 50K, which is a little bit expensive, but it looks nice, so it's worth it. It's still 2 bedrooms at the end, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, but the bedrooms are bigger, and the kids' bedroom actually has 2 beds in it, so you can sleep 4 Sims here when it's finished. So it's still kind of small, but kind of expensive for how small it is especially, but it looks nice. And you'll see that I really struggled with the floor plan in this one. I wanted to move the staircase. I think it made more sense the way I moved it. Like, I liked having a better use of the entryway space. Like, I think that it was worth it, but it was very difficult to lay out the upstairs. I ended up making it work. Plus, we've got a bigger bathroom downstairs now, so there's laundry in it too, which again, works out. Like, having the laundry and stuff was worth it. It just, I really struggled with the floor plan upstairs, and I left all of that struggle in. I usually cut that stuff out, but this time I was like, no, you deserve to see my pain. I thought about changing the whole downstairs floor plan too, but like, because this house is fixer-upper, like, the goal is really kind of to try and keep a lot of the bones of the house, and so I didn't want to just change everything, although I did really completely change the upstairs. But most of the other rooms, like the whole downstairs is laid out the same. The bathroom's just bigger now, which works out. I mean, it makes sense that you might try to expand the bathroom downstairs and you might want to have like a better laundry space, you know? Like I think if you're actually buying a house in real life, that's probably a pretty common priority, is to have like a nice laundry room and things like that. So it makes sense. I just feel like moving the stairs is probably not that practical in real life. I don't know how often people move the whole staircase, you know? That's one of those things. That's kind of the bones of the house that have to stay. But anyway, the floor plan did get there eventually. It just took me a while because it was very difficult for me to figure out. I was streaming this last night and my chat was like, God, Kayla, just figure it out. It was better before. Why are you doing this? And I was like, no, I'm gonna make it work. And I think I did make it work. Plus the bedroom ends up being bigger, which I think is a good thing to have like the bigger bedrooms, you know? Because then you can fit 2 beds in one of them. And like, I think it was worthwhile. It just took me a little bit of time to get there in the end. Now, as far as fixer-upper stuff goes, if you want to build a house for fixer-upper, please do. Don't worry, there's no like restrictions on packs. I don't care how many packs you have. You can totally do one with just the base game. It doesn't matter. I mostly look for houses that look really icky. But like in a good way, kind of like this one where like it has really good bones, but it's kind of sad and run down. So I love this house for fixer-upper for that reason. I also like ones that have kind of funny descriptions. I like backstories. If you make me Sims that have bought the house and you're like, hey, look, this family has a budget of like 15K and they bought this rundown house. Can we fix it up for them? They've got a cat and a grandma that need rooms. I love that kind of thing. I love backstories for it. I really want to do more fixer-uppers. I've been doing this for years. It's not new. But if you want to build a house, you can too. Just post on the gallery with the hashtag #FixMeLilSimsie. Literally just build a house, write a little backstory, upload it with hashtag #FixMeLilSimsie, and then I scroll through and search for them. Keep in mind, there are a lot of them, so if I don't get to your house, I'm sorry. I've been doing this for years. There have been like hundreds and thousands of them over the years. I've definitely missed a lot of people's fixer-upper builds, and that's not on purpose. I know you know that, but like, just keep in mind that there are a lot of builds, and I can't get to them all. I wish I could. That would be fun, but I just can't. So if you want me to see it, keep in mind that like good bones like this and good backstories really stand out to me. So also ones that have good gallery pictures, because there are a lot of builds I can't just like place all of them down and look at them, right? So if the gallery picture isn't great, like if it's blocked by trees and stuff, I try to look at them still, but like you can't always get a good vibe of the house when it's like all blocked by trees. So this one I could see the house really well in the gallery and I was like, that looks really good, you know? And then I downloaded it and I was like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna renovate this one. But that is my quick pro tips as far as like the gallery and the builds, but feel free to build them. Honestly, just build them for fun. Like even if your goal isn't me renovating it, like I think it is so fun to build like more rundown looking houses in The Sims, especially if you have like the vampires pack and stuff, because you have all those cracks in the wall. It's so fun to make these like older, like messy looking houses and have these backstories of like, no, nobody died here. Definitely not. There was nothing bad happened here. Absolutely nothing. I don't know. I love fixer-upper. It's really fun. So anyway, I've clearly changed the house a lot now. We've now repainted it and it has like a cute little cozy cottage vibe to it. It is completely different. I have some new windows. We got some fresh paint. Most of the work in this one was on the inside. Sometimes I do like really big exterior changes, but this one was mostly just a fresh coat of paint, which I think is kind of funny because it looks very similar to the original house, but it's just cleaner. All of the credit goes to the original creator though, clearly, because they did all the hard work. They built a great looking house. I love the roof on this one. I think it looks really, really good. I had a lot of fun renovating it for that reason. Do you know what? I used to tell so many stories in my speed build type YouTube videos, but I just don't get out much anymore. I really have nothing to say. I'm like thinking like, what was the highlight of my week? The most interesting thing that happened to me this week. Actually, I've got 2 things. Okay, number 1, I have nightmare neighbors. Like this wall, these people, nightmare. Parties like 2-3 times a week, not an exaggeration. Cars lined up in the street, like loud music. I have nightmare neighbors. There is a pandemic. They don't care. They're still having a blast. It is, and they wake me up all the time with their loud music. Like, it's just not fun. But I ordered a USB extender cord recently because I wanted to set up a cat cam during my streams because my cat sits in my office a lot when I'm streaming and I have like a little cat bed next to my desk for her and she sleeps in it all the time. And I was like, you know what? I want to have like a webcam on her. And if she's in here while I'm streaming, I can like put a cat cam on. But I had to get like a USB extender for it because my PC's over here and my cat cam's over here, so like I couldn't reach it, you know, plugged in. So I bought a USB extension cord. That's the whole story. But Amazon delivered it to their house and not mine. And so I got an email that it was delivered and I was like, oh no, it wasn't delivered. But then they came over to my house and brought it here. And that's the whole story. Is that the man that I have a lot of rage for, the guy who always has parties, he was standing at my front door. He rang the doorbell and then stood there for a while, and I just looked at him through the peephole. I didn't answer it because I didn't want to talk to him. But then he left it and then left. And that's the whole story, is that my bad neighbor had my cord. So, oh boy, that happened early this week. Big day on Monday, everybody. I'm just saying. The bad neighbors had my cord. But yeah, I used to have cat cams all the time at my parents' house because they would sleep on my bed, so I had an easier time like having like a webcam on them for my dog, my cats and stuff. But my cat doesn't really sleep in my office very often. She likes to sit downstairs. She sleeps in here a lot at nighttime. Like if I'm hanging out after my stream and stuff, she'll hang out. But when I have my like lights on and things, she doesn't really want to sit in here when I'm talking and streaming. So I can't very often do cat cams while I'm live. But I bought her this cat bed recently because she always sleeps like on my jackets and stuff. I'll like take off a hoodie and put it on the floor, and then she'll like sit on it immediately. And so I picked up on this, obviously. And so I decided to buy her a cat bed and then put my hoodie in it. And now she sleeps in the cat bed all the time. All the time. Even when I'm live. And so I bought an extra cord so that we could have a cat cam on her sometimes when I'm streaming. So if you want to follow me on Twitch, you can watch my cat sleep. To be fair, she hasn't actually sat there while I'm streaming yet. I've only had it up like 3 times though. She sits here all the time, even with the camera there. I was worried that maybe she wouldn't like the camera being pointed at her while she's sleeping there, but she still sleeps there, just not when I'm streaming. It's the lights, the studio lights. I'm telling you, she doesn't like them very much, but it's okay. We'll get our cat cam. We will have the cat on the stream. I used to do, well, I think used to is a strong word, but a couple times I did streams that were literally just my pets at my parents' house. Like my dog Bimini was sleeping on my bed, and so I just streamed her sleeping on my bed at home for like 2 hours straight. I think I posted that stream on this channel. I'm gonna find the link and put it in the description box if you want to watch it. Just my dog sleeping for 2 hours. And also my parents got a kitten a few years ago called Lemon, and I streamed him sleeping for a couple hours too. But I can't do that as easily here. I guess I could, but like, I don't know. Snap, I would have to like set a camera on her. It's more exciting when it's a kitten. No offense, Snap. I could stream her sleeping very easily though if I wanted to like set a camera up downstairs. Maybe I will. Just you wait, gonna go live with just my cat for 2 hours. I think that it was a fun stream though. Like obviously it's not a fun everyday thing, but I like the idea of going live, people clicking on it, and it literally just being my cat and like Wii music playing in the background. You really can't go wrong. The other news that I have for you is that I bought an air fryer. I've been meaning to buy one and like wanting to buy one for so long. Like my mom has one and I used to like use it at her house and stuff, and like she would cook with it sometimes, but I haven't had one. And I keep meaning to buy one because I know that I would like it. And I finally bought one this weekend. So I've cooked with it a few times. I cooked some Morningstar fake chicken nuggets in it the other day. That was fun. I made cookies in it last night. That was really fun. I quite enjoy my air fryer. I've used it, like I said, a couple times, and it was good. It's basically just like a mini convection oven, but it cooks things really fast too, and it makes them like crispy and good. So like, for example, my fake chicken nuggets, usually it would take like 20 minutes to cook them in the oven. It took 10 in the air fryer, and then they were crispier. Magic. The cookies, 5 minutes. They cook in 5 minutes. How fun. It's like microwaving something, but it's an air fryer, so it's not like all mushy and weird. Oh, I quite enjoy this though. I'm really glad that I bought it. I know it's just a convection oven, like it's not actually like a fryer or anything, but I mean, it was well worth it. I'm gonna make tofu in it tonight, so I'm pretty excited about this. That is the highlight of my week. So that's all I've done this week. How about you guys? Let me know in the comments down below. Anything interesting? I had a dream last night that I was going back to school. Well, no, the dream was that I graduated. I graduated in April from university, but in my dream, I had graduated, but I like still had classes this semester. And in my dream, people kept being like, why are you still in classes if you graduated? And I was like, oh, this is just because I signed up before I graduated, so it's too late to get out of it. And so I was like still taking classes at school, even though I had already graduated. And like, I was just all stressed about school in my dream because I had a lot of exams coming up, but I'm not even in school, right? Like I finished and I'm still having school related stress dreams. Isn't that ridiculous? You just can't escape it. I have dreams sometimes too where I'm like late to high school, which is bizarre because like I haven't been in high school in years. I'm 21, but I have dreams where I'm like late to high school, which they never go away, do they? Tell me, do you have school-related stress dreams? Are you graduated? Let me know in the comments down below. Anyway, the house is kind of coming along now. I haven't really talked about the furnishing too much because I've been talking about myself, but you'll notice that a lot of times when I furnish Sims houses, I'll place like filler furniture down everywhere because I want to like figure out placement, especially for things in the living room where you have like this big rug and like how do you lay out the couches and stuff. So I place just random filler furniture and then I slowly like upgrade it. Plus, I furnish furnished the entire house before I decorated it. So I put like beds in every room but no wallpaper. I just wanted to make sure that I had all of the like necessity items, things like beds and computers and couches, and make sure I cover all like the big bases. And then if I had extra money, I could go back in and like put a plant down or like a bookshelf or something. But I wanted to have all the big ticket furniture placed and then go back and decorate, because we had this budget that I was kind of cutting it close with. And so I wanted to spend as much money in as big of places as possible because we had a lot of places to furnish and not a lot of money to do it with. I also like half debug landscapes. I don't know if you can see, but I used like some real landscaping and some fake debug stuff, but I think it turned out okay. Honestly, I didn't struggle with budget too much in this one. I think that I probably could have used a few more simoleons, but I think it was okay with this budget. If I had done more debug landscaping, we would have had a lot more money to spare, but I used real landscaping in some places. I also don't know how many packs I used in this version of the build. I think I probably used quite a few. I know I used laundry day, maybe like cats and dogs. We'll check in a second. We'll go in the gallery and check, but it ended up turning out pretty good if you ask me. So how about we go hop in and do a tour of what the actual house looks like. I need to give myself some more money. Hang on. Oh, milestone complete. Good for you, Fred. Here is my version. Ends up being 48,000 simoleons. Not too bad. I used Eco Lifestyle, Cats and Dogs, Get Together, Parenthood, Dine Out, Tiny Living, and Laundry Day, which isn't that many. I think I only used like one item from Tiny Living too. Yeah, I just used like this one thing. Why did I do that? I didn't use that many items from these packs. I don't know. Oh, I didn't place it. What am I doing? Here is the finished house. I love the landscaping. I love the exterior of the house. I think it turned out really, really cute. The one thing I did change is that I got rid of the second fireplace. There was a second chimney over here. I got rid of that second chimney. We only had the one fireplace. Plus, the chimney's not even where the fireplace is, but it's okay. It doesn't matter. It's fine. The smoke, it goes woo, you know? Kind of curves upward. But yeah, I kept the backyard. Like the patio I just extended it one. I think the patio was like there, but I extended it out the one, put like some toys out here, a little table. I really didn't change much about the outside. I think I got bigger windows and then repainted it. The inside, we sort of swapped around this hallway a little bit, which remember it was bigger, it was like wider. The hallway came up to here and then the staircase was this way. Oh, that's not correct. But I ended up putting a laundry room / bathroom down here. I wanted to have laundry in the house. Plus I like having that extra bathroom. So we've got another shower and toilet down here. There is a hamper. It's just upstairs instead of downstairs. It's in this bathroom, which this is the same. They had a bathroom like this, but on this side, and then I swapped it. I put it on this side instead. Anyway, the downstairs, this room is still the same size. Kitchen's the same place, just sort of rearranged and like cleaned up a little bit. Same living room, just refurnished. We got a bigger fireplace, got a bigger, fancier TV, you know, nice stuff there. And then upstairs, I rearranged the whole floor plan. Like this bedroom is way bigger now. This room is still really small, and I still put 2 beds in it. I figured it was worth it to have the 2 beds, and plus if you only wanted to have one Sim sleeping here, you could just delete one of the beds and put like a desk or something. But this way you can actually have like 4 Sims living here. There's also 2 computers, I think, or is there just one? Oh no, mistake. I made a mistake. No, there's just 1 computer. I think I would have put 2, but I didn't have enough money. Hence the empty desk down here. Your kids could do their homework there. It works out. I think I would have liked to have a little bit of extra money. I think that you can always say that though. There's always more money to be used in houses like this, but I think it turned out pretty cute. I'm very impressed with the before and after. It turned out pretty cute. So, and again, I loved their description. Like, it made me laugh a lot. So make sure to download the original house too, because their build was awesome. And look, they used 1,000,000 packs. I used less packs. I did better. I always try to use packs that like the person who built the original had. So if they only use like Get Together, I don't want to use all the packs if they don't have all of them. So I try to use just ones I know for a fact they have. Oh, they make good builds. This looks awesome. Do you know what? I want to renovate this lot with the new update because we have platforms now. I'm gonna do that later today. I'm gonna renovate Planet Honeypot. Okay, I'm gonna go. Again, to make a house fixer upper, it's #FixMeLilsimsie. And on that note, I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Oh, the other highlight of my week is that I decorated my Christmas tree in my office. Not downstairs yet, but I put up my tree in my office. I did interesting things this week, you know, air fryers and Christmas. Yeah.